I looked back to see if I missed my turn, and I heard this banging noise, and I thought I got in a freaking wreck. And like I didn't see anybody, so I was like, oh my god, I didn't run over a kid on a bike or something. So I stopped and look, and get out and look, and there's nothing. It's like, what the heck happened, you know? So then I go and I go to the Advanced Auto Parts to get some slime for my e-bike tire, and the guy's like, boy, that truck sure is leaning out there. You must have a shock out or something. So I get out there and look, and I do have just a shock, just totally busted. But I'm headed to Kansas, so hopefully it's fine. I don't know. Drove all night, getting here just in time to hunt this morning here in Kansas. Just seen a freaking hammer across the road in front of me. I'm gonna have a hard time staying awake, but I got a pin dropped on onyx to my tree, or a tree that I can climb with my climber. So I'm gonna hunt this morning and probably spend the afternoon setting stands up and stuff, and then be ready to hit it pretty hard. Could have killed him with a spear. Just had a coyote sneak up on me. Tried to draw on him, but he took off, of course. I'm sitting here like 12 foot high on a bare tree, so of course he saw me. Thought maybe he'd take a second look and I could shoot him real quick, but it didn't happen. It's about 10 o'clock. I'm gonna get down here in a minute. Start scouting and hanging stands. Sitting here trying to hang a stand. Two does come walking in bow range. Staring at my climber at the bottom of my tree now where I was this morning. I guess I'm just gonna hang the stand with him there. I don't know. I can't get him to leave. Welcome to Kansas. It's 10 minutes later. I finished hanging this stand and they never left. They're barely even looking at me. One in the back is a little bit. Like right now, she's not. I think this is the happiest I've ever been with a tree I picked out here in Kansas for that spot. It took me, I tried climbing 3 different trees before I found one I liked, but I like it a lot. Got it brushed in good. I think it's gonna be a lot better year having corn here this year and then having that cover crop, because they actually got something to feed on, so they should hang on this side of the creek better. It looks like the guy across the creek didn't plant cover crop. So anyway, I'm fixing to go see figure out what the cheapest hotel around here is and see if I can get some sleep and get at it in the morning. I was wanting to hang another stand, but just ain't gonna have time today. It's getting dark and do more harm than good. I guess before I can get some sleep, I gotta find somewhere with some soap. Every trip I've ever taken, I've had to go buy soap. I always forget and leave scent-free soap in every hotel I've ever been to. Everybody's house I've ever stayed at, I donated it. I mean, I've never remembered to bring any with me. Big old freaking giant 10-pointers on the side of the road. It's awesome. That's pretty right there too. Well, got me some sleep. Feel like a new man. Headed in now. Went to Casey's and got me some pizza. The lady gave me 2 pieces of pizza for free because she said they were an hour old. So I'm gonna take that as an omen that today is gonna be a good day. Hunting my same favorite spot I usually like to hunt. It's kind of a funnel between a bigger block of woods and some CRP, but this year I moved like 15-20 yards to the edge of the woods. I can't shoot a field edge at all, which I feel like was a little risky, but I just feel like I'm gonna be able to see deer coming and get ready a lot better, and they move a lot slower when they're in the woods. It seems like they get on that field edge and they kind of jog down the edge, and it's just, anytime you get a shot at one, it's just a big hectic situation. Checked my camera that I've had in there for a year, and I was very, very impressed. Probably gonna make a separate video of checking that camera, so I'll probably link to it. Like here, November 10th, 4 more years of freedom happening right now. So,
130th Street.
just crossed the creek right there. He's huge. Gotta be headed right this way. I mean, a freaking monster. Please, God, please, let that deer come this way. Lord, please. There he is, there he is. He's bleeding or something. He's been gored. Shot in the guts one. Guy right there. Guy right there. He's unspected. This guy shot this deer, wounded it, barely. It's like bleeding out the bottom of the ham or something, or the guts. Now he's coming and looking for it. He ain't gonna find it. It just ran right under my freaking tree. I was sitting there waiting on him to get shot. The guy comes walking up and runs him off. He's like walking around looking for him. Guess I'm gonna talk to this dude.
We got a wounded deer. Can I help us?
Yeah, I saw him. I just went and talked to those guys. They're like, yeah, I think it was like a perfect long shot. I looked at him through my rangefinder. I said, was he quartered real hard or something? They said, no, he was broadside. I said, well, he's bleeding. If he ain't bleeding out the back ham, he's bleeding like right in front of it. But he stood right there for a long time like he was gonna come, and them guys came walking up on him. I mean, the best hope they could hope for is maybe a liver hit. But he ran under me. I mean, there's blood right under my tree. He ran within 2 yards of my tree. I was like, yeah, I had my bow in my hand. I was about to cut in full draw on him, and y'all came walking up. I didn't realize he was wounded at first. I thought maybe he got gored by another deer or something until I seen them coming. They're adamant about trailing them. I was like, man, I'd wait a day. If anything, I'd wait a day. But I was like, brother, I've killed a lot of deer. I've killed 9 this year. And I was like, you need to wait. They're out there going to look for him right now. He's like, he's not even acting hurt, dude. So, whatever. They said they're gonna loop around and go to the other guy's property and try to pick up blood. I'm like, well, you're welcome to look here, but you're not gonna find him. You keep following him right now, you're gonna run him off. That's like the best thing you can hope for is maybe a liver hit, and you need to wait like 24 hours, at least till tonight or something. And they're like, no, we're gonna go look for him. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm sitting here and hope they push something by me. They're gonna go walk through all that cover and never know. They're like, yeah, we sat there and watched him for 10 minutes. I'm like, brother, you sit there and watch a dang deer for 10 minutes and it don't die, you don't need to follow it. Looking at the blood, it's real dark like liver blood, so it may have been a liver hit, I don't know. They're over there walking down that field edge. There's zero chance of them walking up on that deer and shooting it. I'm gonna tell them it's liver blood. So I went and talked to him. I was like, man, the blood on the ground is bleeding good and it's dark, like maybe liver. I was like, that's the best thing you can hope for is he's quartered two more than you think, and it just came out that far back. I said, but you're not gonna run this deer down and get him. I was like, you could have a dog out here and chase this deer for miles. The only hope you have is come back tomorrow and look for him. And he said, well, I gotta work tomorrow. I was like, okay, well, if you want me to, I'll go track him for you. I'll hunt in the morning, get down about 10 or 11 and go track him for you. And if coyotes don't push him and y'all don't push him, he probably won't be too far. And they said, okay. So I guess that's what I'll do. Anyway, maybe something will show up. Thing is, I feel like a lot of the deer you're hunting are 2 miles away when you sit down at daylight, and they just come by you at 11 o'clock, so there ain't no telling. But I'm gonna just sit here for a couple more hours, I reckon. Well, it's about 10:30. I guess we'll get down and go finish getting set up, get my stands on, and get ready. I'm gonna brush this stand in a little bit better too. I just had a buck come walking in on me right as I was zip tying some more crap around me. Didn't look huge though. Thinking it might have been that same buck from yesterday. Found another camera I forgot I even put here. Awesome. So I got all the stands hung, I'm gonna hang. Probably not gonna have time to hunt this afternoon either. I mean, it's kind of sort of on purpose. I've been sitting later in the mornings just because I feel like the mornings are so much better. If I had to sacrifice anything, I'd rather sacrifice an afternoon hunt than get down too early in the morning. Which, like even today, I got down a little bit early and ended up running that little buck off. Go get caught up on my sleep and be ready to hit it hard here the next few days. I just heard a deer jump in the creek and cross it. That's a giant. That was a big old buck. Hit the round antlers and he went the other way. I didn't really expect him to come. I think he's on the trail of that same doe that half rack was after. So I figured he wouldn't come, but I had to try it. These deer don't really seem to be wanting to cross the creek that much because they got a bunch of rain before I got here and the creek's got a lot of water in it. Usually it's about dry. I don't know, I've seen 2 bucks in the last 10 minutes. So, could be a good morning. I've got deer sign all around me. They just don't seem to be on my side of the creek this morning for whatever reason. I still have permission where that buck and those does were. Might go over there this afternoon, climb a tree in case they stick around. They come back through there with that doe. I don't know. I'm on a couple more hours and I'm gonna look for this guy's deer and then make a plan. I don't know where he went. There goes one. He's all blued up. I don't know who he about to fight. There's a nice buck. That's a nice buck just across the creek. Splash in the creek. This little 10-boarder finally got up and walked off. I guess I'm fixing to get down. Today's really a day I'd like to sit all day, but I gotta go track the neighbor's deer, and then decided I want to re-hang this stand I hung yesterday. 2 dogs right there. Y'all need to get. There's blood on the ground. There's my bottom climbing stick. Looks like maybe he veered up. Bad thing is, if this is his tracks, you're not gonna find any blood right here. Very well could be. It's definitely a nice buck. Across the creek, it looks like. Those were his tracks. There's blood on the other side of the creek. Big bloody spot right here. There's some blood. I had good blood up like right here. Then he made a turn or something. I can't find it. Bunch of stuff right there. The blood trail has gotten significantly less bloody. I don't know if I'm gonna trail this deer for this guy or not. He went downhill. He's liable to start bleeding again. There's a speck. I'm following him on this deer trail, but it's 15 and 20 yards in between specks of blood at this point. Like here's one, probably 20 yards from the last blood. Okay, here's a bloody bed. Right here, he stopped and bedded here, bled for a while. The bad thing is, if he got up, I mean something was probably pushing him. And a lot of times they will not bleed after they get up out of a bed. So, I don't know. I think I can smell him. Or anything in this creek right here. There he is right there. His legs are under him. He laid down there and bedded down and died. Nice 9-pointer. Definitely not as big as I thought he was. I'm kind of glad they shot him, because I'd have probably shot him if he came by, and there's a lot bigger here. I'm real glad I was able to talk them out of going after this buck, because he bedded once, got up, and they would have undoubtedly just chased him off. I mean, he bedded down right here and died. It went probably 300 yards. Would have went a lot farther if they'd have kept pushing it. Anyway, I'm gonna call him and let him know where his deer is. I'm fixing to go move a stand and get back in the woods. Just filled my freaking boot full of water. Didn't bring a boot dryer. Wish I would have.
Hey, Tanner.
Hey, can you hear me?
I got you now.
Sweet. Well, I found your deer.
Is that right?
Yeah, he didn't go far.
Was he dead or still alive?
No, he was dead, but you could tell he was bedded up before he died. I mean, he just looked like he was asleep right there.
Yeah.
Y'all, I think.
Stay on that south side of the river.
That field edge y'all were walking down, he's just off that field edge. I think y'all actually jumped him when you walked down the field edge, because there was a bed there. There was a bloody bed there, like you could tell he bedded down one time.
Okay, yeah.
And then he went about 50 more yards.
We were walking, and he said, I jumped a deer. He goes, it's a big buck. I don't know if it was him or not, and he ran straight on down the edge of that.
He went about 50 more yards past where y'all jumped him, and bedded down again and died. Well, got that stand hung. I was trying to film all that, but my camera died. It's about 3 o'clock now. I'm probably not gonna hunt this afternoon just because I just feel like the risk versus reward of going in this late is pretty minimal. Might sit here and watch a field or something, but I think I've hunted Kansas 5 or 6 years. I don't know if I've ever seen a mature buck in the afternoon. So just to even walk into a spot and risk jumping something out of its bed, I just don't even feel like it's worth even trying unless I just sat there all day. Well, y'all, it's probably my favorite day of the rut, November 12th. Just seems like to me, it's always the day. Fixing these in here at the same spot I've been hunting. I'm gonna do an all-day set. The wind's not gonna be ideal for the first couple of hours, but the thing is, you just don't ever know which direction they're actually gonna come from this time of year, so. I mean, definitely have deer come from 360 degrees, but it is blowing toward some cover. But I've taken, all my normal scent precautions, and it's just, if there was ever a day to just see what happens, today's that day. So ease in here and hope for the best. Spray down my boots really good with some Bowhunter's Fatal Obsession, and see if we can make something happen today. My little redneck boot dryer didn't work, so I'm having to wear tennis shoes. Feet probably gonna freeze. I'm gonna have to be really careful not to step on anything wet, but plan on sitting all day, so if I do, we're just gonna have to suffer. We'll see. Could be a good day. Super excited. Somehow or another this morning, riding my little e-bike in here, I popped the tire. So I get to deal with that this afternoon or tonight. It's a little after 11. Just saw a 3-pointer. But other than that, it's been like really slow since about 30 minutes before daylight. So, but anything can happen at any time. So we'll see. Ate deer today, popped a tire on my e-bike. I'm gonna deal with that tomorrow. Had 2 bucks. Right at dark as I was packing up my stuff, I heard 2 bucks fight, maybe 100 yards away or something like that, 200 at most. Gonna hunt a different spot in the morning, just give that spot a break. Anyway, so that's the game plan. Well, I knew I had like blown out of shock, but I swear my right side of my truck is getting lower and lower. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna have to get it worked on probably. Or something. I ain't sure what I'm gonna do. I really ain't got time to be screwing with this kind of crap during the rut. Maybe I can talk to a shop and schedule it for one afternoon or something. Stressing me out. Man, I woke up this morning to go and it was just like lightning and lightning and lightning, and I was like, I don't even know if that's safe. And but my tires are stressing me out because it's like sinking lower and lower and lower. And I was like, I'm just gonna wait and go and see if I can talk to a mechanic this morning, see if I can get that fixed instead of going out there and getting struck by lightning and it rained on real hard. Which I'm kind of regretting because now, just after daylight, it ain't even hardly raining. But anyway, I'm fixing to ride up to the mechanic and see if I can get this fixed and hopefully get in the tree this afternoon. All right, I talked to this thing shop. Today's basically shot as far as hunting. They can't get that part till 1. It's gonna be like $1,100 freaking dollars. But he's like, dude, you do not need to be driving that thing. So I guess I have no choice really but to get it fixed. So just hanging out till about 1 o'clock, I reckon. Well, got my truck fixed, so I ain't got to cringe every time I hit a pothole now. Don't have time to hunt today, but I do have time to go watch a field. I am gonna swing by and go knock on one door of this place I've been wanting to knock on. Well, he said no. I knew he would as soon as I pulled up because there's a couple bow targets right there in the yard. Anyway, guess we're gonna go head out and watch this field this afternoon and see what happens. I'm gonna stop and talk to this house while I'm here, while I'm passing it, I reckon. Seen like 10 or 12 deer. I don't reckon I really learned anything. All but like 2 of them were like just outside the woods of where I've already been hunting. So like, according to that, I mean, I'm kind of in the best area. I could move to the field edge, but the problem is when them bucks come through, when they hit that field edge, they like to jog. When they're in the woods, they seem like they're moving a little bit slower and give you a chance for a better shot. So anyway, in the morning I'm gonna hunt a different spot. Hadn't hunted there yet this year, but I've done well in the past. It's not far from here, but it's just a tiny little thin strip of woods, about 10, 15, 20 yards wide, and then it it gets fatter on one end. Well, I've always hunted that fat end, and I always see deer running around on the skinny end. So last year, the last day, I decided I'd set up on the skinny end and just see what I saw, and I ended up seeing a nice buck. Well, I left a camera there, and like for like the next 5 days after I left, there's this nice 10-pointer like running all through there. Hung me a stand the other day there, and I'm gonna hunt it in the morning and just see what comes through. I mean, I'm not anticipating I just randomly picked the perfect tree, so I'm thinking there's a pretty good chance I may see something that makes me hang another stand over in that area. But anyway, we'll see what happens. There's at least 13 rubs within like 30 yards of me. Meh. Oh crap. Find him. Alright, he's smoked. He's down. I just stuck me a freaking good one. Yes. I was sitting here. I was like being a statue. This doe about 100 yards away, seeing me like trying to like move my hand to keep my nipples warm. I was sitting here like a statue, and out of the corner of my eye, I see movement pop out on the edge of this field over here, and this buck pops out. And he came by it. I ranged him at 40, and ended up by the time I ranged him like diagonal. By the time he got to me, he ended up being like 30. So I hit him in the spine, but dropped him, shot him again, finished him off. Oh my God. I don't know what I got on video. That happened quick, but man, that's a nice buck. Looks like a good 10-pointer. It ain't even 8 o'clock. I've seen, I think, 14 deer so far. And I had never hunted this spot before, except last year, the last morning I sat here and saw a decent buck, but I'd always sit down there in the fatter woods and I'd always see deer all up in this corner. It didn't really make sense because I just figured they'd be in the fatter woods. But moved down here this morning. And what was supposed to hunt here yesterday morning, it was lightning storm. I moved down here this morning and got her done. Yes. Fixing to get down and go take a look at this buck. Let's go see what we got. A nice looking buck. Nice buck. Short little ears. The heck? Something going on with his ear. He's nice. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little bit of ground shrinkage on this deer. He is a nice buck though. Popped out on the field edge, and it's one of them things, it was now or never, like it seems like it always is here in Kansas. And come by and I ranged him at 40, and where he ended up falling was 31, so I guess I kind of ranged him diagonal, but hit him in the spine. We got him. Nice buck. Wish I had made a better shot on him, but still was able to kill him pretty quick. So anyway, we had got it done here in the great state of Kansas. Beautiful young 10-pointer, a lot of potential. Clearly been fighting, his ears all infected, leaking out pus. He got scabs all over his eyeballs. Broke off brow tine. Real gnarly. Got a big kink in his G2 and something crazy going on with this brow tine. So, gonna get this deer cleaned and then figure out what I'm gonna do next. Might go back to Ohio. Might go hunt some public land somewhere, Illinois or something. Not sure. So we shall see. Wondering if that e-bike will drag him. I might go try to fix that tire and see if it will. This thing had one flat tire the other day, now it's got two. That one's about most of the way flat. That one's totally flat. Gonna attempt to slime it and see what happens. Looks like the back tire's either leaking it already, or I didn't fill it up enough. I'm gonna hope I didn't fill it up enough, just add a little bit of air to it and get out here and grab this deer. Started off with the idea of e-biking him, but I think it might be easier just to go ahead and skin him right here. Freaking cooler tipped over. I'm gonna have a hard time cleaning this meat back off. Dadgummit! Last night I woke up to people screaming and sirens and stuff. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? People talking all freaking night. I started to go out there and tell them to be quiet. And then, but anyway, now we see why. It hotel room done burned down. But anyway, I'm headed to Illinois. I'm fixing to go buy a little John boat from somebody and go hunt some public land.
Who doesn't understand these kind of things or has never even thought of it?
I just realized I left my dang climber in the side of the field in Kansas and about 3 hours away now. So dang it!